Yeah, here's a closer look at all the stingers that they left in the microphone. There's some even like hidden up in here that I didn't see before. And you probably are having a hard time hearing me because I was just messing with the microphone. But yeah, that was the attempts at killing the microphone. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is William, the permaculture consultant, and today we're gonna see how much honey, one hive produces. Now, this hive right here I got earlier this year, and I put it up here by like the top swale. There's a bunch of trees over here, plenty of pollination for them, plenty of nectar for them to get, all that type of stuff. Now, the downside is that these bees are consistently angry. They're not happy anytime I open up the hive. So I'm gonna have to get suited up, and then we're gonna take all the frames out of that top box right there. That's called the honey super. That's where the bees put just straight up honey. The queen doesn't have access to it, so she can't lay any eggs or anything like that. And we're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna see how much honey that one hive can produce. The other hive over there does not have a honey super on it, so we're not gonna collect any honey from it. It's probably just straight brood over there. So yeah, next step, get booted up. You know, more than anything on this channel, I hope I've been able to demonstrate that with proper design and proper ecosystem and stuff like that, that a lot of these natural systems can thrive with very little human intervention. For example, I know I'm off camera right now. I'm trying to get these over my feet, right? Or over my boots. But as an example, I just uploaded a video the other day of these sweet potatoes that I harvested from the garden. And I haven't watered them. Right now it's like mid-August, and I haven't watered those guys since April, when I basically, watered them in. And I got a really good harvest. I got, some of them were, I'm gonna put this up here right now. I know it's always tacky whenever I see somebody's microphone or something like that on their brim of the hat, but I'm putting it up there for right this second. Those sweet potatoes, I haven't watered those guys since April, and whenever I harvested them, I got a really, really good harvest. And all I did was provide it with a proper environment. I had that cover crop and all that type of stuff. Had a living mulch going, like a proper ecosystem going, developed the soil food web, and then just let the sweet potatoes go, and they did fantastic. They were only reliant upon whatever rainfall came from the sky, and this being Texas, that wasn't very much in the middle of summer. Now these bees, I've neglected even more so since bringing them out in, I think, March or February, something like that. I haven't really provided them with much. All I've done is given them access to an amazing ecosystem. I have, minus the spraying that occurred earlier this year on the neighbor's property, but I have a bunch of trees for them to have access to. I have a bunch of plants that are usually, there's blooms a consistent period throughout the year. They've had access to a lot of clover this year as well. I just provided them with a really good environment and then left them alone. So I don't know what the takeaway is from that, but providing the ecosystem and providing a good environment allows these natural systems to just flourish with very, very little human interaction. That being said, before I dive heat exhaustion out here, I got my suit on. I'm gonna go over there and steal the honey frames from the bees. And then after that, I had to make sure that I got all the work done on this property before, I'm doing this for today, because after I take this honey, these bees are going to be pissed, and they're not going to forgive me for probably about a week. So let's go ahead and go piss off some bees. Alrighty, so I'm filming from a distance because these guys don't like, and bees, in my experience in general, do not like cell phones. So I'm filming on the other side of the swale right now. First things first is to open up this lid. There we go. Put the lid off to the side, and then I'm just using a little flathead screwdriver. You can use a hive tool. Got a flathead screwdriver and an old broken off broom that I just cleaned. That's what I'm using. You can use specific hive tools if you want to. I would actually recommend that because it's a little bit easier and they're just made for the job. You can totally get away with a flathead screwdriver though. So far, so good. I also don't have a cell phone on me. Closest cell phone is the one I'm recording with. So that might play a part of it. But yeah, so far the bees are pretty calm. Just had somebody drive by. They were, kind of slow and down until they realized what I was doing. And then they sped up a little bit. They realized oh, he's about to have some angry bees. All right, so that hive, I don't know if you can see it, that one is not capped yet. So we're gonna put that one back in. That one is not completely capped, which is a little bit different than what I remember from last time. Last time I thought that they were capped. Like all of them were capped, even the end ones, but I guess I was wrong on that. You also might be wondering, why aren't you smoking the bees? And that is because that one's not completely capped either. I don't know what's happening. This for sure was all capped last time I came out and checked. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Bees are getting more and more angry now. I don't know if you guys can hear that through the microphone. Oh crap. I do have the microphone on me, which is Bluetooth. They might be getting pissed off at that. That's not capped either. I wonder if they broke it open and ate it. All right, this one is fully capped, so we'll pull this one off to the side. We'll go ahead and brush this off over the hive, and we'll put it off to the side. That's one that's capped so far. Let's see if any more are capped. And cap means that the hive, the holes that you see, basically like the little bug holes that you see, are completely covered with beeswax. Okay, there's another one that's capped. There we go. We got two that are capped so far. Take my little brush, and just brush it over the bees, get them back in the beehive. Ooh, that pissed them off. Let's see if we have any more that are capped. This is weird. I'm gonna step away for a second, let them calm down. See if they will calm down. I doubt that they will. Yeah, they really do not like this microphone. You guys probably can't even hear me over the bees attacking the microphone, to be honest. Y'all are some angry little bees. All right, y'all, I made it down the road a little bit, but look at all those attempts. I don't know if you guys, how well you guys can see that. All those stings on the microphone itself, but that's how many attempts that the bees had at trying to kill the microphone, basically. That's proof that these bees, that's all the proof I need, basically. Like, I don't have that many stings on my hands and wrists, which is usually where they try to attack if you're trying to steal their honey. They went straight for the microphone. In fact, I'm gonna count them up just from what I can see right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 stings, and that's just what I can see on one location, on my microphone. I don't have 15 stings on my hands or wrists like on the gauntlet. Every time I post about this, somebody was like, well, they don't attack my phone, they don't attack my camera, they don't attack such and such. You're just not paying attention. That's what it is. Bees cannot stand this technology crap. They can't stand whatever radiation and waves are coming off these cell phones and these microphones and these Bluetooth things. They can't stand it. I don't know how many times I have to go over there. Sorry if I sound irritated, But it's just the same dumb argument that comes up every single time, like, oh, well, they don't attack my crap, or that just must be your bees. Oh, you must have Africanized bees. Because, anyways, there's your proof. 15 stings on one microphone in a very, very short period of time. On a happier note, I got some frames for us to harvest, and I survived potential heat stroke. It is like not exaggerating, it is 102 outside in Texas right now, according to the Weather Channel, which they're probably wrong. And it feels just as much, I don't know, it feels like 102. So now what we're doing is we're heading back to the house. I wanted to give plenty of distance between us and where we're going to be extracting the honey, so that way the bees just aren't as involved as possible. Now a while back, I thought, when I checked the hive before, I thought that they were all capped. Right now, all but 3 were like half capped. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if they broke them back open and started eating the honey just because I had gone so long without harvesting it. I'm not entirely sure. If you know, then let me know down below in the comment section. But this wind is going to help get the bees off those frames that are in the bed of the truck right now. Let's say you're harvesting bees and then you got to transport the stuff, or if you want a fast way to get the bees to stop following you, if you hop into your vehicle and blast the air conditioning and leave like one window open, the bees will typically leave. So there's a little pro tip. If your air conditioning doesn't work like mine doesn't in this scenario, then just roll down all the windows and then drive about 65 miles an hour, and then you should be good. They should all leave at that point. So we're going to go back and we're going to extract the honey from these frames. It's not the full box, but I guess we'll change the title of the video to see like how much honey we can harvest from neglected bees, from neglected permaculture bees. So there we go. Yeah, here's a closer look at all the stingers that they left in the microphone. There's some even like hidden up in here that I didn't see before. And you probably are having a hard time hearing me because I was just messing with the microphone. But yeah, that was the attempts at killing the microphone. All you want to do is just open up the caps. You don't necessarily want to damage too much else. Actually, I'm going to do this over this, so that way we can save as much honey as possible. Yeah, this stuff is pretty doggone runny. I do want to leave as much of the comb intact as possible, so that way the bees don't have to spend a whole bunch of time rebuilding. They can basically just go right back to filling it back up with honey. So there's that one. I'm going to drop it down into my honey spinner. This stuff is very, very warm and very, very runny. And all we're going to do now is just spin it. And all the honey's going to get thrown to the side, and then it's going to fall down. And then there's a spigot down at the bottom. And then once you get one side, then you can kind of slow it down and flip these frames around so you can get the other side. Now, I did not get that side completely yet, so it's good to double check. That's still how much honey is left in there. See if you need to break any more of the comb. It's good to double check and get all that honey. And basically just going to repeat the same process until all the honey is free from the comb. So we ended up getting 8 really dark pints of honey. Look how dark that is. It's like black. It almost looks like sorghum syrup. That's just from 3 frames. That's June in the background, but.
Gonna get him?
Nope. All right, y'all, so it's the next day and I'm bringing the bee stuff back and I'm trying to get footage of where I put everything, like the frames and the honey spinner and stuff like that. I'm trying to get footage of that. But the bees, they're still not happy about what happened yesterday. And they keep chasing me off. In fact, I'm over here by the pigs. Yeah, and the bees are up in the front corner of the property, but they are not necessarily letting me close. Basically what I'm trying to show you guys is that after you do the honey stuff with your spinner, your frames and all that stuff, everything I showed you yesterday, you can put it back out there and let them clean up the mess, basically. Any residual honey, because you can't get all of the honey. Let me show you real quick. So you can see right there, there's the hive in the background, and then there's the stuff that I used right there. They're gonna help clean that stuff up. Whenever you have your honey spinner, make sure it's not sitting upright because the bees have issues getting back out and you'll have a bunch of dead bees in the bottom of it. So make sure you lay it on its side so that way they can still get out. I know that seems weird, but it helps quite a bit in keeping bees alive. But you might also be able to see them. Yeah, they're hunting for me right now. You see those little bees swimming around? They're just buzzing around looking for me. Yeah, they got a bounty out on me. So full transparency, this video was supposed to be about how like bees thrive with neglect and how much honey can one hive actually produce. I think the caps on the previous, like on the other frames, the reason I think the top honey super wasn't full is because the caps like melted on those other frames. It just seemed weird inside of there. Like it almost seemed like everything had melted. I just didn't recognize it as that at first because I've just never encountered that before. Even whenever we were like cleaning the caps off of the frames, trying to collect the honey, the wax just seemed a little bit super gummy or super sticky or something like that. The intent of the video was to be how much honey can you get from just one single hive. And I think the video turned out to actually be about how much bees hate Bluetooth and how much they hate these electronics and stuff like that. Because if I go over there with no electronics, which is what I did whenever I was dropping off those frames in that honey spinner, I went over there, had no electronics on me or anything like that. And they didn't even really care that I was there. It was early in the morning, so it could have been that as well. But as soon as I started getting like all of this stuff ready, the camera, the microphone, all that stuff ready, I was over by the truck, started getting that stuff ready, then the bees started coming and like trying to attack me. I had planned on getting quite a bit of footage done today, like a few permaculture Q&As. I haven't done one of those in a while. And like a garden, there's something over there. Oh, there's guineas over there. What the heck? See those guineas? Now, I know the neighbor used to have 3. Well, actually, used to have a whole doggone flock. And it seems like there's 2 left. So that just backs my point up further when it comes to guineas. Is if you plan on having some guineas, get a whole bunch because they're going to slowly dwindle, as you can see right there. Yeah, I think we just hammered home the point that bees hate any kind of electronics. And that the Texas sun is pretty doggone intense for them as well. So I'm thinking about that, and I think I might bring them into a shadier area because the bees are constantly bearding over there, which means they're trying to escape the heat and stuff. They're trying to get some ventilation. I think it might be a little bit too hot, so I think I might bring them back into the woods a little bit, maybe even further back into the woods. I'm not entirely sure yet, but none of that is gonna happen right now. Because they are still very, very angry. They stung this microphone at least 15 times. Once you started like moving around this little fluffy part, and then you could see more stings and stuff. Yeah, I've never seen them. Well, I take that back. Yeah, it is pretty doggone intense. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. Hopefully it was at least informative. It is not at all the video I had planned, but it's the video we got. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.